So, you're making six figures. You're saving a little here and there, but you're telling yourself you'll get serious about planning later, maybe next year. Here's the problem with that thinking. Delaying your financial strategy doesn't just cost you time. It can quietly cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars in opportunity, taxes, and missed growth. And the longer you wait, the harder it gets to close the gap. Because building wealth isn't just about income, it's about what you do and don't do with the time you have. Hi, I'm Nathan Seeley, founder of Brass Ring Wealth Management. I help professionals, families, and business owners reduce taxes, grow their wealth, and build a financial strategy that actually works now and in retirement. If you're earning strong income but haven't started planning beyond saving and investing, this video is for you. And before we dive in, take a second to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe. It helps more people find this kind of real strategy-focused content. In this video, we're going to walk through 5 specific ways waiting to start your plan could quietly cost you more than you realize, and what to do instead. Let's jump in. First, you miss out on compounding, and you can't get that time back. Let's start with the obvious, but also the most underestimated cost of delaying your financial plan: lost compounding. Everyone says it. The earlier you start, the better. But most people don't actually internalize what that means, especially when you're in your 30s or 40s, making good money and feeling like there's still plenty of time. Here's the reality. Compounding is time sensitive, and once those early years are gone, there's no getting them back. Let's look at the numbers. Imagine someone starts investing $2,000 a month at age 30 with a modest 7% return. By age 60, they'd have around $2.3 million. Now let's say they wait until 40 to start. Same $2,000 a month, same return. By age 60, only about $917,000. That's a difference of nearly $1.4 million just from waiting 10 years. Not because they earn less, not because they invested differently, just because they started later. And this is where it gets even more important for high-income earners. You're not just missing out on compounding. You're missing out on compounding high-contribution dollars, the kind that can dramatically accelerate wealth building. Waiting 5 or 10 years might not feel like a big deal in the moment. You're still making great income. You're still ahead of most, but you're giving up the most valuable ingredient in the entire wealth equation, which is time. Because you can always make more money, you can always adjust your investment mix, but you can't go back and recapture the time you didn't use. Delaying the start of your plan is like leaving a multi-million-dollar opportunity on the table and not even realizing it. Second, you're paying more in taxes than you should be. Here's what most high earners don't realize until it's too late. Every year you wait to build a tax strategy, you're probably overpaying the IRS. And we're not talking a few $100 here and there. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars year after year, simply because your income isn't being structured as efficiently as it could be. Let's take an example. You're making $300,000 a year, salary or through a professional corporation, and you're maxing out a 401k. That's great, but it's also just scratching the surface of what's possible. With proper income planning, many high-income professionals can defer or eliminate capital gains using things like opportunity zones, CRTs, or installment sales. They can use tax-smart income splitting strategies with a spouse or family trust. They can reduce current year income taxes through things like defined benefit plans or corporate structure changes. They can shift investment income into more favorable tax environments like Roth accounts or tax advantage brokerage setups. But here's the catch. These strategies only work when you plan ahead. Waiting until you're ready to retire to look at your taxes is like trying to fix a leaky roof during a thunderstorm. It's too late. The damage is already done. The longer you delay building your strategy, the fewer tools you'll have access to. Some of these strategies require multiple years of runway to be effective, and the tax code doesn't reward procrastinators. It rewards planners. So if you're sitting on high income, growing assets, or significant equity in business, don't wait. Every year without a strategy is another year you're funding someone else's retirement, not your own. Third, your lifestyle catches up and locks you in. Let's talk about something that happens quietly, almost inevitably, but has a massive impact on your long-term wealth. It's called lifestyle creep. You start making more money, and naturally, your lifestyle improves. You upgrade the house, you lease a nicer car, you take better vacations. Maybe you start dining out more, hiring help around the house, or picking up a few hobbies that come with a price tag. None of that is wrong. You earn it. But here's the problem. If you're not building your wealth at financial independence at the same pace, your lifestyle becomes a trap. I've worked with plenty of high-income individuals who earn $250,000, $500,000, even $1 million a year, and yet they feel stuck. Why? Because the income is great, but the monthly obligations are even greater. They build a lifestyle that requires them to keep working at full speed, even if they're tired, burned out, or ready for a change. And if they want to pivot careers, sell their business, slow down, or retire early, now they can't because they waited too long to build their freedom plan. And here's where delaying hurts the most. If you had started even 5 or 10 years earlier, your retirement accounts, retirement strategy, and tax planning could have bought you options, not obligations. That's what financial freedom really is. It's not about having the biggest income. It's about having the freedom to say yes or no without money being the deciding factor. And the longer you wait, the harder that gets to build. Fourth, you miss the window where compounding works in your favor. Let's break down one of the most powerful and underappreciated forces in personal finance: compounding. Albert Einstein supposedly called it the eighth wonder of the world, and for good reason. Because when you give your money enough time to grow, it doesn't just add up, it multiplies. Here's the catch most people forget. Compounding rewards the early, not just the wealthy. Here's a quick example. Let's say you invest $1,000 a month starting at age 30. You earn an average of 7% annually. By age, you'll have around $1.2 million. Now let's say you delay. You wait until you're 40 to start investing. That same $1,000 a month, same return, same amount. By age 60, you only have $567,000. That's a $633,000 difference just for waiting 10 years. And you know what makes it worse? By the time you're in your 40s or 50s, your expenses are usually higher. You might have a mortgage, kids, business expenses, aging parents, and now you're trying to catch up during your most expensive years. Compounding is not something you can just switch on later and get the same results. The earlier you start, even with smaller accounts, the more power your money has to work for you. Time beats timing. So if you're sitting on the sidelines waiting for the perfect moment to invest, save, or build your plan, that delay is costing you more than you think. Fifth, delaying makes tax planning less effective. If you're earning a high income or you expect to later on, the tax planning window starts closer and faster than you think. Most people assume tax planning is something you deal with later, after you've made your money. But the truth is, some of the most powerful tax strategies require years of lead time. Take Roth conversions. If you wait until retirement to start thinking about converting traditional retirement accounts into Roths, you may already be in your highest tax bracket and miss the opportunity to convert during lower income years. Or consider capital gains planning. Let's say you own a rental property or business you plan to sell one day. If you don't start planning early, you could lose access to tools like installment sales to spread the tax hit, charitable remainder trusts for tax deferral, or even qualified opportunity zones to defer and reduce the tax bill. Each of those strategies takes time to structure properly, and you can't go back and apply them after the fact. Here's another one: income smoothing. If you're still working, there's an opportunity to reduce your lifetime tax burden by shifting income using corporate structures or splitting income with a spouse. But the longer you wait, the fewer options you have, and the more your taxes pile up. Tax planning rewards the proactive, not the procrastinators. And this isn't about gimmicks or loopholes. These are legal, IRS-approved strategies used by families, business owners, and professionals across the country. But they only work when they're implemented at the right time. And that time is almost never later. So let's recap. Waiting might feel safer in the short term, but it often costs you far more in the long run. Sacrifice compounding growth, you lock yourself out of strategic opportunities, and you limit your options when it comes to taxes, retirement income, and wealth transfer. Building wealth isn't just about how much you make, it's about what and when you do it. The good news: you don't need to be perfect. You just need to get started. And the earlier you do, the more control you have. If you're a high-income earner or business owner and you're wondering what to prioritize or what's possible based on your stage of life, let's talk. Book a call using the link in the description. We'll help you understand where you stand, clarify what's at risk if you wait, and show you what the smart financial moves that can help you build a real lasting wealth without burning out along the way. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, drop a comment, let me know what you're working towards. You don't have to figure it all alone, but you do have to start. So if you've been putting off your financial plan, waiting for the right moment, let this be your reminder. Time is your most valuable asset. The longer you wait to start, whether it's investing, tax planning, or setting up your retirement income strategy, the fewer options you have down the road is evident. I've seen it firsthand. Clients who started early were able to grow their wealth steadily, take advantage of powerful tax strategies, and retire with confidence. But those who waited, they end up scrambling to catch up, paying more in taxes than they needed to, and realizing too late that financial security isn't just about income, it's about intentional strategy. Don't let that be your story. If you're a high-income professional, business owner, or someone in your peak earning years, and you want to make sure your money is actually working for you, book a call using the link. We'll sit down, look at where you are today and where you want to go, and help you build a plan that puts you in control of your wealth, your taxes, and your long-term goals. Because the truth is, the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. Thanks for joining.